because we're talking about a brand new Simpsons game. Today on the show, it's The Simpsons Hit and Run, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando for PlayStation 2, Robin Hood Defender of the Crown, and Homeworld 2 for the PC. We're going to get right to it. This is called The Simpsons Hit and Run. It's a brand new game from Vivendi Universal. It's out for the GameCube, but also for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. What do you think of this one, man?
Well, the Simpsons license is notorious for making the worst copycat games ever of all time.
Absolutely.
They failed miserably with wrestling. They failed with skateboarding.
Road Rage?
The Crazy Taxi ripoff.
And that one actually gave us Road Rage when we were playing the game.
Well, now they're copying the Grand Theft Auto license. Yay!
Which is a kind of a brilliant idea, because the Grand Theft Auto games really open the door to this sort of genre-busting style of gameplay. So it makes a lot of sense that game companies are looking at that for how to make their games now.
Nice way of saying that they've completely ripped off Grand Theft Auto.
They completely have ripped it off. But I don't mind, because I love Grand Theft Auto, and in the process of doing that, they've built the best Simpsons game we've ever played.
The big story, though, is the voices. It really, this time around, paid attention to detail.
You pork dick face, you duck pine grape, da 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 da, you pine.
I like when he says, jerk ass! He calls somebody a jerk ass, and he said, or he'll hit something and say, oh, my ass. I mean, that's gold right there.
Anything ass-related, and he's sold.
That's right.
Got him right there.
That's right. I thought the music was also really well done. You really get the sense of the whole Simpsons license and, and the themes and everything. But aside from that, all of the other music, they kind of put in this cool jazz and a bunch of different styles of music in the game, but they were extremely well done.
I love all the little in-jokes that you get as you're racing through. You go into Homer's office in the plant there, and it's like a shrine to slacking off, you know? Like, he doesn't want to do any work at all, and I think he has to go kill some generators just to cut the power so he can avoid work at any cost.
I'll tell you what I love doing. I love going into and changing clothes.
Right.
One of the first garbs I got into was the laid-back, just Homer in the underwear.
Just the Ginch look.
Freezer burn on my beard.
You can hop out of your car, you can do these platform-style jumping action element things. You can beat on the little buzzing bees with the cameras that are flying around all over the place, or smash the security vans that are in the way, or race Smithers in his limousine.
Smash him up.
Try to smash him up. The one thing about this game, though, it's not quite as open and...
No, well, Springfield's relatively a small place.
It is, but they've broken it up by levels. So you beat a level with Homer, and then you go on to a level with Bart, and a new area of the city is open. It's not as big and wide open as Grand Theft Auto or Jak 2 or something like that.
The game overall, though, you have to know that it is definitely not as polished as Grand Theft Auto as far as the gameplay and things like, you know, the collision detection. But again, it's this kind of cartoony, funny world, so you don't mind that as much.
I had a great time playing Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm going to give the game 8.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.
On the positive side, the game features all the voice cast and the writers from the Simpsons TV show. The game offers a great mix of platform-style action elements and carjacking. But really, the best part about this game is being able to race around inside of a huge 3D Springfield. Great stuff here.
On the negative side, there isn't as much attention to detail, and it's not as highly polished as, let's say, a Grand Theft Auto. The challenge level seems to be a bit on the younger side, and the worlds themselves aren't as large or as wide open as they are in other games like this.
Let's stick with cartoon action, and let's go on to Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. This one's from Sony for the PlayStation 2. What'd you think of this one?
Now, does this mean that Ratchet isn't wearing any underwear?
I don't know.
Going Commando.
No, I think what it means is that they're going much more hard edge with this guy. This is the Diablo of action-adventure cartoon platform-style games.
Say what?
You know what I mean?
No.
Now, all you do in this game is collect new weapons and gadgets and items and new things to help you kill the little creatures better, you know? And that's what you did.
Which is kind of what you did in the first game.
Well, yeah, but now it's like amped to 175%. They've got so many new gadgets and so many new things to do in this one. It really is amazing.
But a lot of what you're doing is shooting and then sucking bolts down your throat.
You are collecting a lot of bolts, and it's these golden bolts that are your money in this world. So you collect bolts, and then you can go buy new guns. Lots of killing. Okay, there's no other way around it. There's lots of little creature baddie type.
It got a little repetitive to me though after a while.
But the thing
very
is,
well done. Don't get me wrong.
I would, you know, I played
boring a little bit.
I would say that at the beginning of the game, it does get repetitive. The threshold that I crossed was when my gun suddenly morphed. The more you use your weapons in this game, they upgrade. And it changes the appearance, it changes the ability, you can have more ammo in it.
Well, I guess for me, I really got to be in love with the character, you know?
Right.
Like, I mean, like, are you going to go out and buy the Ratchet toy?
Well, after
Clank
playing this
toy?
game, I would. Yeah, I was...
Okay, sorry, I asked the wrong person. I'm sorry. Would you guys want to go out and get the Ratchet and Clank toy to put on? No.
I was as skeptical as you were. I wasn't that big of a fan of the original Ratchet and Clank game. I thought it was a little by the numbers. This game brings a lot more gameplay to the table. They fixed all the little sort of, you know, slippery control problems that they had with the first game. There's more mini games. They call them maxi games in this one. Clank is actually really cool in this game. He's always been my favorite sidekick, and the reason why he's got all these different abilities, he can go up and mind control these little tiny microbots. Clank is a great character.
But don't you think that the whole bolt collecting thing gets a little tired and old? I mean, every single thing you hit or kill,
I'll say this.
Bolts fly out and you suck in the bolts.
I think it's really weird that, like, these little cute rat-like creatures, you kill them and bolts fly out. And, like, where were the bolts before? They're like little...
They were stuck in their ass.
Well, something. I do have some complaints. One of them is the level design. It's the same team that made Spyro's, made this game.
Insomniac.
Right. The levels are all very similar to the way they designed the Spyro levels. It was a circuitous, large environment. Circuitous, like a big circle type area.
Circuitous?
Circuitous.
Right.
I still had a great time with this game. I think you should pick up Jak 2 first, but this is still a very fun game. 9 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 7.5.
On the positive side, this game features a ton of different weapons, items, and gadgets to collect. The graphics in this game are sensational, especially those busy city environments. And Clank is still one of the coolest sidekicks video games has ever seen.
On the negative side, the levels weren't as circulicious, or whatever that word is that he said. The characters and humor and storyline just didn't draw me in as much as I thought it should have. And finally, it seems like there's just way too many bolts.
All right, stick around. We're going to Sherwood Forest next for a look at Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown.
Ye old Robin Hood game thou art going to review.